Guys and gals, sweet project cars here with cool, trick, and affordable ways for the do-it-yourselfer and simple ways. How would you like to not have to deal with this crusted on stuff and have to bust out your ice chisel here to be able to get all this ice off? Let me show you a real cool way to not have to mess with all this frozen ice and snow. Let's get busy. All right, we're going to share with you what happens when your glass is ceramic coated with the coating we use and how it affects ice and snow buildup in the wintertime. Let's get cracking. First thing we're going to do is clean the glass with our 99%. And Julio, tell them where they can get all this good stuff.
Buscar en el show más de la descripción de video para todas las herramientas.
Thank you, Julio Cesar Chavez. Now, folks, remember, you got to listen to the videos. You have to watch all of it in order to get it and how to do it. If you don't, you won't know how to do it. So when you ask a question, for instance, where do I get this, where do I get that, Julio tells you that it's in the show more of the video description. Okay, we take that 99%, we take our lava soap. And yes, you can use the lava soap in the liquid form if you like. This cleans everything off this glass. And I mean everything. We just shared this in a video not too long ago. It's one of our top secrets. Much safer than steel wool. This will actually polish your glass every single time you do it to the point where your glass will be so smooth and so clear you won't even believe it. So if your 99% starts to dry up on you a little bit, just put a little more on. And you want to do this for about 5 minutes, maybe a little longer if your glass has not been cared for in a while. You want to do it until you start to see the soap coming off onto the glass, which will be a white film. Then you know you're getting the soap off. If you don't do it till you see that, then the soap is not coming off the bar. After you do that, then you take your microfiber, use one side of it to wipe it all down, flip it over, spray your 99% on it again, and then flip the cloth over and wipe it down one more time. Everything on that glass will be cleaned off. Then you give it about a minute and let it totally evaporate off the glass, and you can see that it's off there. Once I'm done with that, then I'll take a clean shop towel and wipe the whole glass down one more time. This gets any film off. You don't need to use any more 99% on it. Just do this. It'll get to the point where you can't hold on to the towel anymore because it is so clean. And there's absolutely no grease or grime on that glass. And as I say, I always take the microfiber that comes in the box and tape it on. It just makes your life a lot easier. And because it's wintertime here in Michigan, the shop is only about 65 degrees. Now, if you've used your ceramic coating in the past, always wipe the top of the bottle. That gets any of the crystallization off of it because it'll get on top. Just wipe it off with your towel. And we put this on real heavy. And because it's cooler in here, we'll let it set just a little bit longer. We go both directions. And I'll speed the camera up. It's pretty self-explanatory at this point. But put it on real heavy. Then go up. Then frame it out. We are going to let that dry up till it starts to smear, and then we'll buff it in. We'll be back. All right, we're ready. It's been about 25 minutes in 60 to 65 degree weather. See how that smears right there? That's what you want. And it doesn't come off on your fingers. You barely see it. Now remember, when you're doing this, you're adding a 9H hardness to the surface of that glass. All right, you take a brand new microfiber towel and start going at it, and it'll be really hard to push. You can't push it across there. It's binding into it good. That's what you want. Start buffing. And you'll only be able to use this cloth one time. Then you got to use it for a rag for cleaning dirty parts. It's the first initial times across it that it's really tough. It takes some muscle, but you really, on glass, you really want to make sure that it gets thoroughly embedded and thoroughly adheres to the glass. And wait till you see what happens when ice gets on it. And this will last for years. Now it's starting to get smoother, and you can always tell where you missed it because it's got a little bit of pull to it. Now I can do this and see it wants to slide down the glass. And then you'll let this dry 24 to 48 hours in warmer weather. So if you got a garage you can heat up, or a friend does, that's where you want to do this. They have these bugs down in Texas, I guess. I think they're called love bugs. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I guess they just make a horrible mess on people's vehicles. This is the only way to protect your bumper and your windshield and your whole car for that matter. Those bugs will rinse right off. Take a nice electric powered pressure washer and they come right off. All right, that's done. We're gonna let it dry and we'll show you what it does when ice hits it versus the other side. As you see, I didn't do the other side. All right, now you can see on the inside the glass is dirty. We'll take our special squeegee that we made and clean the inside of the glass.
2 days later.
All right, guys and gals, it's all ceramic coated. It's sat for 2 days, and now we're going to spray it down with water and let it set outside overnight, and then in the morning I'll show you what happens. So we're going to let the cold Michigan weather freeze this glass. Just going to mist it down with the water, as you can see. And we'll do the other side as well. All right, we're back. You remember last night we sprayed it down with cold water and let it freeze overnight? Don't need it. Take your glove and it wipes right off. You don't even need a scraper in any way, shape, or form. Let's go over here and try to do it on this side that hasn't been ceramic coated. Now look, you can still see it. See the ice pieces? Let me see if I can get you up close. All right, see this ice right here? More ice right there. I can slide it with my finger. Now we're on the other side. No ice. And I wiped it with just a glove. That's why you need to do this in the wintertime. Your cleaning of your glass in the wintertime will be amazingly easy. It cannot stick to it. This is something that we found that is absolutely crazy. Let me just share this with you. This is a bottle of room temperature water, about 65 degrees. Watch what happens when I spray this side. Nothing. It just sits on the glass. That's why it ices up. You see that? Now let's go do the other side. Here we go. It cannot stick to it. That's why the ice comes off so easily. See how it just beads up and runs off? This side does not do it. It just sits on the glass and freezes. Make your life a little bit easier. Ceramic coats your windshield and at least your rear glass. And of course your side mirrors, that's always a good idea.